Another thing I noticed there in this passage, basically, he taught them as one who had authority and not as scribes. Okay, so the scribes, the way the scribes they taught was not with authority, because the truth is they did not have authority. Jesus has not given the authority yet. Before Jesus came, the scribes, they just taught the word of God. Basically their job was to interpret the Bible, the word of God, and to the people, right? And things like that. So Jesus had not yet given authority to human beings over the serpents and this and that. He had not done that yet. Okay, so he taught them as one who had authority. Okay, he had authority because God gave him authority over everything under heaven and earth, right? So the way he taught also reflected that, right? Let's see. Another thing I noticed is the fact that the man was already in the synagogue. Okay, for me, when I think about it, I think about it in the aspect of as a person in the place of God, in the holy place of God, right? Back then it was the synagogue, right? As a person in there, I would put it in a context of as a believer, as someone, that is a believer, or maybe not even a believer, someone that is in the church, okay? But yet, when Jesus made his presence known, whatever spirits, whatever was in that man, okay, had to respond to the presence of Jesus, right? But I hear some Christians and some believers, they say, okay, Christians cannot have unclean spirits or demons. This is the belief. Christians cannot have unclean spirits or demons. I'm going to tell you today, that is a lie. It is a lie. It is a lie. It is a lie, and it is a lie. Okay? Just because you're a believer, just because you're a Christian and you're a follower of Christ, does not mean you cannot have unclean spirits or demons, that you cannot have the enemy in your house, your body, because your body is also a house. Okay? It doesn't mean that. Okay? If you believe this, you will stay in chains. Okay? You will stay in chains. To break those chains, remove that myth. Go for deliverance. Because once upon a time, you used to live in the world as people live in the world. You used to live in the world the same way everybody else did. Okay? You sinned. Okay? Actively sinned. Did a lot of things. Okay? In your past, in your past life, whatever it is. Okay, so it does not mean that just because you believe that automatically you are cleansed of this. No, there is a process. There is a process. Okay, we can't sit and live in denial. Okay, if certain things are going on in your life and you're not understanding why, you're not understanding why you have certain urges and certain things that you should not have, go for deliverance. Pray. Ask God, God, please deliver me from this thing. Please cleanse me from this thing. Okay? Confess it out loud, because the first rule to deliverance is confession. Yes, I understand. You're like, but I already confessed it in my heart. I prayed to God in my heart, privately. Yes, he knows that and he heard you. But there is a process. It's not about him not hearing you. He heard you. Okay, but there is a process. You have to confess it out loud. Okay, that's the first step. God, I did this. This is going on in my life. I need help with this. Whatever it is, say it out loud. Say it. Okay, because sometimes we don't want to say things. Okay, we keep it inside. We don't want to say it. Like, It's like saying it, the truth hurts too much. We don't want to say it. We don't want to acknowledge it and all that stuff. Okay, but it's good to say things out loud, like say it out loud. Okay, and get your deliverance. Don't sit over there thinking I'm a Christian. Well, none of this affects me. No. Reality check. Okay, go get your deliverance. Get your prayer on. That being said, let's see. Yeah. I'm going to go to Mark 1, chapter, let's see. Mark chapter 1, verse 40 to 45. Jesus cleanses a leper. Okay. And the leper came to him, imploring him, and kneeling, said to him, "If you will, you can make me clean." Moved with pity, he stretched out his hand and touched him and said to him, "I will, be clean." Jesus said to the leper, "I will, be clean." Okay? And immediately the leprosy left him. Okay? The leprosy left him. And then it says, and he was made clean. And Jesus sternly charged him and sent him away at once, and said to him, "See that you say nothing to anyone, but go, show yourself to the priest and offer for your cleansing what Moses commanded for a proof to them." So back in the days, during the Old Testament, right, there were offerings made, okay, when it comes to cleansing and things like that, right? So that's what he was asking him to do. It says this, but he went out and began to talk freely. So the leper, well, not anymore, but the leper went out and started talking to everybody, because Jesus said, don't tell anybody, right? He went and started talking to everybody about it, and to spread the news, so that Jesus could no longer openly enter a town, but was out in desolate places, and people were coming to him from every quarter. Okay, so just because of the leper, Jesus could not enter into a town anymore, because he was in demand. People were looking for him. Come and cleanse me, come and heal me, come and save me, come and restore me. He was in demand, okay, to the point he had to go to a desolate place. And people had to go meet him over there, because as soon as he entered the town, that's it. It's done. Okay? He was that in demand. Like, it's just amazing when I think about what Jesus did when he was alive here. All the miracles and how much he helped people and he healed people. How much he freed people. To the point he could not enter into a town. Okay? Now, in case you guys are wondering what leprosy is, it's some kind of skin disease, and sometimes, it could even cause deformation in some cases, So it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. And then in Mark chapter 1, verse 29-35, Jesus heals many. So 29 says, and immediately he left the synagogue and entered the house of Simon and Andrew with James and John. Now Simon's mother-in-law lay ill with a fever, and immediately they told him about her. And he came and took her by the hand and lifted her up. And the fever left her, and she began to serve them. Okay, so Simon Peter, yes, Simon's mother-in-law, basically Peter's mother-in-law, was sick, right? And, she had a fever, okay? And Jesus took her hand. He was without sin. He's so clean and pure. He touched her. That's all he did. He took her hand and the fever left her. It's so interesting how the sickness leaves the person. Okay. He didn't take the sickness out. The sickness itself left. Okay. If we go back, okay, to again, if we go back to Mark 1, Mark chapter 1 verse 42, and it says, immediately the leprosy left him. Again, the sickness is leaving the people. Jesus is not like dragging it out. They are leaving. Sickness is leaving. Sickness, okay, is leaving. Fever left. Leprosy left. Okay? It doesn't matter what kind of disease you have. If Jesus commands it, the disease will leave. You don't have to do anything. If he commands it, the disease will leave. Okay? God has authority over everything. Okay? Now, just going back to finish off with Mark chapter 1, verse 29 to 35. And it says, 32, verse 32, that evening at sundown, they brought to him all who were sick. Okay? They brought to him all who were sick, or oppressed by demons. All who were sick and oppressed by demons. And the whole city was gathered together at the door. Okay? And he healed many who were sick with various diseases and cast out many demons. And he would not permit the demons to speak because they knew him. The sicknesses were leaving the people. Okay. Demons had to flee. Okay. This is how God is. God is so powerful. He is like, I don't even know. There is no word really that can really truly describe him. Like, honestly, there is none. At least none that is available to according to human vocabulary. We do the best we can. We use mighty, we use glorious, we use all these other words, but I feel like there is no word that can truly actually do God justice and really describe him. Okay. He's awesome. Right? So authority. God has given us authority. Power and authority. We need to really think and really understand that authority is important. Okay. And that the authority that Christ has given us is very important. Okay. He has given us power and authority, but using it, I think many of us fall short, even myself sometimes, But I know, and I believe that God definitely wants us to learn how to use our authority. He wants us to learn how to use it. Okay, so go and pray. Pray for confirmation, pray for understanding, pray for boldness. Pray for boldness, okay? Pray. Really, really pray. Like, pray from your heart. God, please help me. Teach me, teach me. God likes to teach people things. He wants to teach you things. The same way he's teaching me things, he's waiting for you to decide to start learning. He wants to teach you things. Let him teach. Stop teaching yourself, because whatever you're teaching yourself, sometimes we teach ourselves bad things. We do. Like, let God be a teacher. I want God to be my teacher. I mean, God is my teacher, and, I'm really grateful. And every day I pray and I'm thankful, that he's teaching me things that I should have known a long time ago, but I didn't know, or I ignored it. Because sometimes it's like that. It's not like you don't know something. You just ignored it, right? You just ignored it. So, I'm really grateful and thankful, that God has been teaching me things and helping me to understand, things in my life, and how to deal with certain things, and how to go back to the drawing board. Because trust me, I fall on my face sometimes, because I'm like, oh, I know what this means. I know what this is. And God is like, you too fast. Like, slow down. You too fast. Okay? Which means I got to go back to the drawing board. Okay, so don't be afraid to go back to the drawing board. There is nothing shameful about it. There is nothing to that should make you feel ashamed of going back to the drawing board. Okay? God would rather you go back to the drawing board, because you're admitting that you messed up here, and you really have the intention of doing it the right way. So he doesn't mind when you go back to the drawing board. God, I want to start all over with you. God, I want to do this again. God, how do I do it the right way? God, I want to learn it the right way. God, can you teach me the right way? God. Okay. So, I really, really pray that you guys have taken something from the verses, that you go and meditate on it, that you pray on it, that you ask for understanding, and that you really, really speak to God honestly from your heart. Okay? I pray that God blesses you all, and that he guides you and teaches you and blesses you all with wisdom as well, right? Wisdom is very, very important. So I pray that you guys have miracles happening in your lives. Miracles, okay? Because God also does something called miracle. He's also very good at miracles. So I pray that he blesses you all, and that he gives you a few miracles in your life, okay? That he strengthens you, and that he helps you to abandon the past. Because sometimes what's holding us back is the past. Okay, we are holding on to the past. We won't let go of the past. I pray that the Lord helps all of you to let go of the past. The past is the past. The past is not today. Today is today. The past is the past. Let go of the past. Let it go. It's not going to do anything for you. Let go of the past. Okay? Today is today. So I pray that he helps everybody, and that he heals you all. And with that, I am saying good night. I got to go in my house. So thank you all for stopping by, for watching, and for being a supporter. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time on Coffee Time with IFE. It's 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 coffee time with IFE. Okay, I'm done now. It's a lie. Anyways, Have a good night, guys. God bless you all, and we will talk, well, next time. Bye.